Now, the first implication for Nirvana Tech is how is it going to be dealing with this slowdown in terms of deal flow? So for the course of the last 10, 20 years, IT service providers, particularly those involved in the outsourcing market, have really been riding the tail of a tiger in terms of the uptick in volumes of deals, BPO especially in more recent times, and largely driven off the ability to take advantage of the labour arbitrage that an India-based or offshore-based delivery model involves. But that model involves you investing a lot in large numbers of highly skilled and increasingly highly paid individuals to be there to provide those services. So the first question is, what happens when there is a slowdown in the rate of deals that are coming in from customers? And in particular, what happens when that hits at the same time as there was in any event a challenge for Nirvana Tech, as with all of the other service providers, of a pivoting from historically being a more services-based company to one that would need to be focusing upon solutions, by which I mean more software-driven products which could be delivered from the cloud and which would replace the requirement for carbon-based labour in the first place. So the implication for Nirvana Tech then is, as we play this through over the next 3 to 6 months where there is this drop-off of demand, you're left with a workforce which simply cannot be fully utilised. And what does that then do to morale within the organisation? Quickly, people who are not busy become disaffected. There is, and certainly within our organisation here at DLA Piper, there is a cliche perhaps which says is a good lawyer, well, a happy lawyer is a busy lawyer. And I'm sure that holds true in many different organisations. Will we see, therefore, waves of redundancies? I think that we can already see some examples where there are restructurings taking place, particularly in terms of middle layers of management with some of our service provider clients, where you wonder whether that is something that would have happened regardless, or whether it is a redundancy round in disguise. It's certainly foreseeable that there will be a need to drop off significant numbers of staff in the course of 2021. How then are organisations who've historically had year upon year of growth and avoided any adverse PR associated with making redundancies going to manage that process? I mean, there's a press and PR aspect to this, because certainly for those providers based out in India, it's almost unheralded that there would be redundancies and not just the reporting of another cohort of 5,000, 10,000 people being taken on. So the reversal of that trend and people being made redundant has significant connotations in terms of perceived attractiveness as an employer within the marketplace, attractiveness for investment, and ultimately the sense with potential customers as to whether or not that company is doing well or not. But clearly, Nirvana Tech is going to have to plan for a potentially significant shift in terms of its size of workforce and where they're going to be located.